Dipping into Medicaid money to help shelter homeless Vermonters.
It would help some of the most vulnerable access housing while trying to get them back on their feet. Our Eichmann David tells us why the feds agreed to it.
Changes to how Vermont helps those in need.
We now have permission from the federal government to use Medicaid dollars to pay for rental assistance and medical respite.
Starting January 2026, Vermont will be allowed to use the money to cover short-term rent and medical respite for 6 months, as well as up to $10 million to be put aside to build new housing. Vermont's Medicaid Director Monica Ogilvy says the money will also be considered for those who are homeless or at risk of being homeless with disabilities or increased needs.
What's important to remember about this benefit is it's not just for anybody on Medicaid. It's for people that are some of the highest needs.
She says the funding flexibility will not impact health care costs.
So it should help versus hinder.
But how much the plan will cost and how it will be paid for is unclear because it just got approved. The feds agreed to match whatever the state spends.
We haven't identified the funding yet, so it's really hard to know where that funding is going to come from. The first step is getting permission from the federal government, and then we approach how we're going to fund it.
This is a great opportunity, I think.
Champlain Housing Trust CEO Michael Monty says the agreement is a good step forward, but believes it will be a long year until a plan is in place.
The only problem is it needs to be done now. We need to go faster if we can. So we'll sort of see if there's something we can begin to stand up sooner and work with everybody to make that happen.
In Waterbury, Eichmann David, Channel 3 News.